Hello and welcome, I'm Logan with All Paths Taken, and this is part 15 of my 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring. In this episode, we will be venturing into the beautiful lands of Altus Plateau. As always, we are going for every secret, every item, and every boss. So, fellow Tarnished, rise and join me on my quest to become the true Elden Lord. Alright, so a couple things to start. You notice I did swap the weapon. I just got a little tired of always being slow, so now we got a little faster weapon. That's pretty sweet. Ash of War is really cool. Pretty cool, pretty unique. I like it a lot. But before we get through my favorite level, we do have a couple more things to do. So the first one is we got to get a legendary sorcery, which will take us a little bit of a minute. But we got to find, there it is, Waypoint Ruined Cellar, where we can talk to Sorceress Sellen. Now, since we have Comet Azure, which we got in Mount Gelmir, if you've been following the playthrough, you would have gotten to this point. We got to talk to her, and she will send us on a quest to find another legendary sorcery.
Without the legs to walk. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance.
I wouldn't talk about ignorance as I have an axe right to your throat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So you can give her all the scrolls that you've gathered. She'll talk to you a little bit about the lore. They also will have some pretty cool spells.
This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to incorporate it into one of your lessons. Never lose that inquisitive spirit, my apprentice.
Anything for you, Stone Lady.
Is that a scroll? Takes me back to my academy days. Very well. This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to never lose that.
Well, alright. Well, we're just gonna keep talking.
Very well. I'll be sure to never lose.
And you say the same thing every time, huh? That's weird. Let's see. Ooh, Carrion Slicer, yes please. And we'll do the Phalanx Blade. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Star Shower's not bad. This just gives magic on your weapon, magic on your shield. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then we got Glintstone Comet Shard, a decent spell. Not bad, not bad.
Sorcery, my apprentice. Then you have seen Master Azure.
Yes, I have.
Master Azure was a founding Glintstone sorcerer, and my first teacher. A stern judge of men. But he must have seen something in you. You make us both proud. We can speak more later, my apprentice. If you recall, I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria. It was for attempting to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. The toothless pedantry peddled by the Carian royal family can rot for all I care. I want Glintstone sorceries that open our minds, unbound by terrestrial taboos. No matter what we give in return. My apprentice, I presume nothing. Teacher and student are not bound to tread the same path. But hear me out, my apprentice. I need your help to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. Perhaps this is a journey we could take together.
Sure, let's do it together.
Splendid. I thank you. This pleases me. It's been far too long since I found a fellow kindred spirit. You must have a fabulous teacher.
Alright, let's see. This should be the last dialogue before we get an item from her. That will let us get that last sorcery we need.
I need your help, my apprentice. Master Lusat is another founding Glintstone sorcerer. And like Master Azure, he was banished from the Academy. Now he languishes in prison somewhere. My apprentice, can you find Master Lusat? With this Glintstone key, you should be able to cross the boundary that encloses him.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
I need him to restore the primeval current of Glintstone sorcery. He's nigh a child of the stars. Such is his body now.
Alright, so you can talk to her about the lead on Lusat, which we're going to do right now. And then I'll kind of tell you that her lead on Lusat really isn't that helpful.
After his expulsion from the academy, I heard that Master Lusat returned to his home, a place called Sellia in the eastern Caelid wilds. Thinking about it, I obtained the glintstone key I gave you from a Sellian sorcerer. It wouldn't be too much of a leap to suppose he's still cooped up nearby.
Alright, so you could go talk to, let's see, where's his name? Sage Galry. I believe that is the sorcerer that she's talking about. But, you know, we'll just go right to it. We've done enough dialogue. We can just move to the cave. Now, this is definitely the hardest cave to find. Like, again, I've said this before. I don't look things up. I searched for this thing probably for about 45 minutes. Like, I was hitting walls all the way through the town, on the eastern side of the walls. I went up the back streets on this trail, just hitting cliffside. Because I'm like, maybe, just maybe, there's a rock or something. And I found it. It's like way over here. It's way over here somewhere. So, if you recall, when we went through Caelid, we had a battle mage that was up here. And once I remembered that there was a battle mage up here, I'm like, oh, it's got to be somewhere along this wall. And sure enough, it is. It is right over here. You got to find this big corner. It's a big boulder that you got to break. It's an illusory wall. Let's see, just start whacking. Right there. That is our illusory wall that leads us to the Sellia Hideaway. Like, man, that took me so long to find. Like, I wonder whoever found it first, did they do the exact same thing as me? I feel they had to. I feel they had to. Like, one of the things that I love about this game is that there's so much hidden secrets in it. That's why when I say, like, every secret, every item, and every boss, like, I want to do it all in every game. Because there are some things that game designers put in that can be a little cheeky, that a lot of people don't like. Like, some people might not like that. Oh, there's another cave that's hidden. Why did they put it behind that instead of just showing it to me? Like, to me, I love that stuff, dude. That's so much fun. That's so cool that they did that. Like, it's really impressive because you have illusory walls in all Souls games that they have for From Software, but you don't have, like, you don't have illusory rocks. You know what I mean? Like, that's just an Elden Ring thing, and that was what it was kind of cool, because it's like, nobody ever really thinks of hitting a wall unless you're in a cave, right? That's the only time people really think of hitting a wall, like a stone wall like this, is, oh, it's just a cave. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that at all. All right, where am I going? I'm talking too much, and I'm getting distracted. Let's see. Is it right back here? Yeah. See, like, nobody thinks of hitting a wall until we have an opportunity to hit a wall, because we're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. Why would it end here? And then you just keep going. So it's kind of cool. But again, if you're not in a cave, you're not going to think about hitting a wall. That's why it's pretty cool that you found this, or we found this. Alright, so in here, you can hear a Revenant. It is below. We'll see if we can see it. There it is. We are going to go kill it eventually. Oh, I forgot. That's right. There's a sorcerer over there, or a stone digger. But, thankfully, we are really strong. Alright, now, we want to come up here, as we want to jump down to this spot and grab an item. And then, we want to head back. Let's see. I gotta remember how I got back. I don't remember. Ah, you know what? We'll go mess up that Revenant. It'll be perfectly fine. Throw on our Physic. And we will land down here, or we can mess him up. Easy! Then we can grab our items down this way. So, we kind of went a little out of order, because I couldn't remember how to get back up there, but there's a nice little path to go find that as well. So, you can see, right over here, we have a little jumpy that we can't really get over, right? You can land on this, but you can't get up there. We will get there eventually. So, this is just a way to get us back up to where we were, or near where we were. Got a somber for there, and we just keep going. And when we come up here, we got some snails to kill. Man, having a fast weapon that can one-shot things is so fun. Because, like, don't get me wrong, big bonks are amazing. They're absolutely fun to do all the time. But, you know, every now and again, they just get a little boring because you're going to get hit a lot. I got tired of getting hit, so we went with a faster weapon this time. Alright, but now we can grab the budding cave moss. Again, if you're looking for your rot-resistant boluses, you do need that to craft, along with some sacramental buds and a couple of other things that I'm missing that I don't remember off the top of my head. But we keep heading north. We got an item here, and we got a big boy. Take your time. Got a big boy to kill. And away we go. Perfect. Now, if you guys are still playing the same build that you started the game with, let me know. I want to know what build you guys are doing. Because I have been switching builds left and right. Because I've just, you know, I've just changed things up. It's like, man, sometimes I want to be faster. Sometimes I want to be slower. Sometimes I want to have a cool Ash of War like this one. Sometimes I want to have an Ash of War that just buffs me like I did in the early game, right? So, what are you guys doing for a build? Because my build's pretty easy right now. I might level up a scepter to see if I can start doing some melee magic. I might add that to the build as well, because this weapon does scale with magic. Like, I didn't have to respec at all. This is a strength and intelligence weapon. So, I might add some sorceries, but I need to get a good staff first. That buffs my incantations I want to use. But this is Lucette, one of the coolest looking NPCs. And as you can see, we got the Stars of Ruin. So, once we get done with this cave, we will then go talk to Sorceress Sellen again, and we will be able to finish her little quest line being like, oh, here's the sorcery, how cool is it? And then we just go from there. Alright, so same thing, hop over the top, you can grab the silver fireflies if you want them. And then we just keep heading. We'll head right back out to that same spot where the snails are, and then we're going to keep heading left. Or I should say to the north. Because eventually, we will find a little path that leads towards the boss. Alright, so in here, you have a Stake of Marika, so you don't have, if you do die, that way you don't have to run all the way back through the level again. But in this area, there isn't a ton of enemies. I'm going to recommend that you go through the bottom first, because we will have a couple of enemies to kill, and there will be an item at the bottom that we can grab. Ouch. And the item isn't super important, but I'm just going to show you first. So if you decide to skip the item, you definitely can. But we're going to grab crystal darts. So it's not super important. But now we're going to head back up because we have a really hidden area that took me forever to figure out where to go. Because again, I was just like, man, why can't I figure out how to get to this hidden spot where I see an enemy, I hear an enemy, but I can't get to him. And that's because you got to run up these crystals right over here, drop onto this ledge, then drop onto this one. And then you get to a new hidden area. There will be a Crystalian or two down here. Or excuse me, not a Crystalian. There's a Crystalian ashes down here. And then you got a couple of sorcerers as well. That was sweet. I didn't expect it to kill all of them. That was awesome. And we can open our chest for the Crystalian ashes. Alright, then, again, some of these corners look like illusory walls. They are not. Like, prime example, nothing. So, we can just continue down this path here as it leads to our boss. So we got this dude. This was the one I could not figure out how to find. I'm like, there's probably good loot up there. And I was right. But now, when we hop down, there should be one or two snails. So if you go that way, that's just the room we came from. And then if we come this way towards the boss fog, there will be one or two snails that'll fall down from the crystals. There's one. There's two. And then we got a third one over here. Oh, and a fourth one. Okay. Alright, so now, with the boss fight, you have 3 Crystalians to kill. You have one that has the scepter, which is what you want to kill first. You have one that is the spear, and one that is the ring blade. When you are fighting these 3 Crystalians, they will all do rot. So, make sure you have your pink boys, your pink balls right there. And if you don't have them again, you need Sacramental Buds, Crystal Cave Moss, and Dude Kissed Herba in order to craft a lot of them. Like, I should run back to the Church of Plague, honestly, and just grab all the Sacramental Buds around so I can make a boatload of them. But let's get to our boss fight. So again, we want to run to our... Oh, don't do that. Stop it. We want to run and just kind of beat them up. Bonk. Beauty. Alright, now we can get rid of the rot since Scepter Lady is gone. Now let's take out Spear Boy. Woo! That was cool. God, this axe is strong, boy. I love it. I love being quick and hitting hard. Like, that's such a nice feature for this weapon. Alright, we're going to finish this one with the Ash of War. See how much damage these 3 do. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's so good. That's so good. I love how it hits 3 times. So against enemies that you can stagger, like, you're going to stagger them real quick. That's pretty good. I bet you there's some serious knockdown potential. Or crit potential with this weapon. Like, if you put Shard of Alexander on, which we won't have until Far Missoula, and maybe Godfrey Icon, which we will be getting this level, or in this run, or actually in this episode, by fault. And we'll probably do some even more crazy things on top of just damage. But we want to run here, just grab some Sacramental Buds. These are what I'm talking about if you're not sure what a Sacramental Bud is. Just grab a couple of them. They're all over the place next to the Church of Plague. So it's a good little farming spot to grab some for your pink boluses that remove rot. Let's do one more over here and then we'll call it there. Excellent. Alright, now, before any enemy sees me, we gotta go back to Sorcerer Sellen. Hey lady, I'm here. Alright, let's see. Ah, 200 off. Well, that's frustrating. Alright, let's see. 637. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll work.
My apprentice, give me a moment later. I have a favor to ask.
Okay.
The form you see before you is merely a projection. My body lies elsewhere, but the Academy's shackles prevent it being moved. My body is on the Weeping Peninsula at the southern tip of the lands between.
Yep, we found it already.
Imprisoned in the ruins just down from the Church of Marika, past the plain of the Wandering Mausoleum. Can you make the journey to my body?
Yep.
I have something that I can only trust with you.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Who could have guessed? What a place to find Master Lusat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You should have been there.
Gratitude. This is all your work. I am truly pleased to have you as an apprentice and a kindred spirit. This is a mere token of my thanks. Please take it.
Starlight
This brings
shards.
us a full
Nice.
step closer. The bodies of Masters, Azure, and Lusat can be admitted to the Academy. If only I could undo these wretched shackles.
Alright, does she say anything new?
Imprisoned. Can you make I
Nope.
have something?
No, she doesn't. Okay. So now, we want to go... Right in here is where we're looking for. So you can go to the Church of Marika. That's probably the easiest one to go through, so you don't have to leave a cave. And we're just going to run right to her body. Man, it feels weird revisiting these old levels where I'm ridiculously strong against. It's weird. I wasn't planning on being back, you know? Wasn't planning on it. Well, that's fine.
My apprentice. Thank you for coming. These shackles take a toll on us all. There is something I need you to look after. My primal glintstone. A star has fallen, and my fortunes waver. Someone may come for my life, and so I entrust it with you. Myself.
Alright, so we want to accept her primal glintstone. And basically, if you want to complete her quest, which we're not going to do right now because I do want to get to Altus Plateau, I will probably finish that up in the next episode, probably right at the start of it. But basically what we're going to be doing is running to a section of the ruins that has puppets near her, or for her to inhabit, and then we get her back as an NPC. So now she'll be, like, free from the academy, and she'll be able to do whatever she needs to.
My apprentice. This is my essence. Please, treat it with care.
Anything else?
What you hope.
Alright. So, that is pretty much it for her quest as of right now. Again, there's no reason that we don't do it right now, except for the fact that, you know, I don't remember what rune I went for. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, no. Where's Bernal's quest? What? Bernal's gone? Well, that sucks. Dang it. Did I not do Bernal's thing? That makes me mad. Oh, that makes me mad. I'm going to have to check on my walkthrough prep. I'll be right back. I got to check my walkthrough prep, see if that's still there. It should be. It should be. Alright, well, I have an apology to make. Bernal's quest is gone. So if you were looking to get the armor for the base game that is on the trailers, the wolf set, unfortunately you will not be able to get it, as Bernal's quest is gone since we completed everything in Volcano Manor. So, in the future playthrough, if you do want to get that item, or if you want to get it on this character, you're going to have to wait till New Game Plus. Again, do everything in Volcano Manor that we did, with the exception of killing Praetor Rykard, as you will be able to come back and get that quest. We are still going to run to that place, so just in case if it is there anyway, we will still invade, but as of right now, it looks like it's not going to be there for us. So, I apologize for that. That was my bad. I remember doing this beforehand, but I think I did it out of order, or I remembered things out of order, so that is my fault. I apologize. But now we're going to conquer Altus Plateau, and we're going to head to the east. Now, it's nothing major that we didn't do that. We still progressed Bernal's quest enough to where he will still show up in Farum Azula and drop the legendary weapon. It's just we won't be able to get the cool armor that we got before. Wow, that was weird. He died. He died, but he didn't die. Alright, so that guy's dead. That guy's dead. We want to kill everybody with the ballista first. Then we will explore that little section of the camp after. So in here there are two chests. One has the Troll's Greatsword, which is a pretty cool colossal weapon. Ah, the Troll's Golden Sword. That's what it is. I forget the name. And then we got another chest right over here. that has the Greatshield Talisman, which just boosts your guarding ability. So if you're trying to be a tank where you, like that Paladin build that I talked about, where you're hiding behind shields, just tanking damage left and right, that would be an excellent, excellent, excellent talisman to throw on for your character. Now we're going to head up to the next section, where we got more MVPs. But my weapon is much faster than what it was, so we're going to knock them out real quick. Dude, you didn't see or hear any of the death. You're a terrible guard. Terrible guard, terrible lookout. And we're going to head to the south, where we can fight a Pumpkinhead. Oh my god. It's such a cool Ash of War, dude. Oh my god, I love it. That's so cool. Now we got the Pumpkinhead taken care of. We grab the items in here. Now we want to head to the north, as we have a couple more knights to kill. So I would suggest luring this guy over on the horseback first, and taking him out with relative ease. Beauty. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. And then we got this bad boy to kill. That's so much damage, dude. So much damage. Alright, let's grab the chest with a sacrificial twig. Then we got a couple knights to take care of. Oh, that was satisfying. Oh my goodness. I have severely underestimated this weapon. My goodness. I've never used this weapon before. I just kind of tried it. But now, where we want to go, actually we don't want to mark that yet, but because we want to keep heading east. Why can't I don't know why I couldn't summon my horse, but okay. Alright, so we're going to keep heading east. We have an Omen camp right here with three Omens in it. If you want any of their weapons, make sure you guys just come back and forth and take these guys out. Oh, that's not good. God, it's nice being fast. Now, I did think about looking at adding a second axe, but like the two axe moveset is really gross in my opinion. Like, it's just not very good. Because it's here, I'll show you. It's very like bonky instead of oh, hang on. There we go. See, like it doesn't seem like a very visceral combo to me. So that's why we're not doing it. Because I do have another axe, as you just saw, that'd probably work pretty well with this build, because it is a magic weapon as well, but I believe it is a magic and dex weapon. So when we keep heading east, we'll run into another golden seed. We'll go get the map piece down there eventually, but for right now, we really don't need it. Because we're going to explore everything on this side first, and then we will continue on the other way. As you can see again, there is a Knight's Cavalry over here, so we're going to rest. And then we're going to go take that bad boy on. If you want to talk with Melina, you definitely can. Before you fight the boss, it's important to kill these guys, because these guys will eventually interfere with the fight. God, it's so fun being fast again. I've missed it. I thought about doing like dual straight swords, but I just don't have the stones as of right now. The smithing stones to use them. Like, I don't have enough to upgrade one of them. And I don't really want to use the Sword of Night and Flame, because I don't really have a good build yet with that type of weapon. But I did think about it. Got him! Right in his tuchus. Beauty. Azure War. What? That was so funny. He's just like, nope. Let me get out of here real quick. And then we get our Ash of War Sacred Order. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. That was pretty good. Alright, so from here, we now want to head down this direction as we have an Evergaol. Over this way, as you can see, we got a couple of golems. So, we're not going to fight the golems. The only thing they'll drop is their halberd and great bow. If you want the halberd or great bow, you can go kill them. I personally am not, because I've got enough great bows. I don't really care too much about the halberd, but we're here for an item. You seriously mean to tell me that this dude somehow managed to avoid me on my horse? Oh, really? Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, so now we can go to this misbegotten camp, where we have a couple of big boys. Alright. So the big boys... Oh, that was quick. What? Where's the second one? I could have swore there was a second one. Oh well, that's fine. But we got our Stonesword Key from this camp. We don't need to worry about anybody else. We are going to head northwest. And we're going to go down this little chasm here underneath the bridge. Again, if you want to fight those golems over there, you are welcome to. I am not. We want to head towards the jellyfish and then take a left as we go to an Evergaol where we will get our next legendary talisman. A lot of legendaries in this episode already. Got a little ambush here too. And then we keep heading south, and we have our Evergaol. So if you're wondering where that path leads, it just goes all the way up to the Lift of Dectus, which is the other way you could technically come to Altus Plateau. But in my opinion, it's the boring way. There's nothing cool there. Just a finger reader, so nothing special. Ah, it's not that much damage. That's fine. So as you can see, it is just a repeat boss from the first demigod. Nothing super hard about this fight. There is just no dragon fight. So it's entirely phase 1. God, this axe is fun, dude. Why did I think this weapon was gonna suck? Oh, I jumped into it too early, dang it. That's fine. And there we have it. Easy enough. Was I fighting him one-handed? Oh, yeah, I was. Look at that. Oh, well. Alright, so from here, we can warp back to our highway junction. You will run into Boc the Seamster now, as he has finally joined us.
Boc the Seamster, ready to make adjustment.
Alright, so we can change some of these garbs. Ooh, we can do the Bloodhound's Night without that stuff? That's cool. We'll do that one. What happened? Yes. Okay. Let's say, what happened? My things didn't work properly. Would I like that? Would I like that without the cape? Eh. Blythe's armor without the cape. Nah. Scaled armor without the cape. Yeah, that one can get altered. Alright.
Oh, going so soon?
Yup, you did what I
Please
needed.
do be safe on your journeys.
Alright, let's see. What equipment did I just alter? Was it the Bloodhound Knight? How's that look? I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It doesn't work with my garb or my outfit, but it's not bad. Wait, didn't I do this one? Didn't I get that one altered? No, I didn't. It was the scaled garb. That's what it was. Okay, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. I like that. I like that. When I switch to another weapon, that's probably what I'll switch to. For armor. But right now, I'm kind of liking the Death Assassin look. You know what I mean? But now, we're going to head to the right side of the stairs, as we have another Fallingstar beast to kill. And I believe we got a boatload of gravity magic peeps to kill as well. But we're going to head south first, as we have an item at a small camp. And then we're going to head this way, past the steps, where we will grab a bunch of things. Now, I am going to save the actual staircase for much later, and probably in the next part, because we gotta go through the stairs anyway, to get to the next section where the map piece is, and where the where more golden seeds are. But we're gonna save that for the next episode, as we will not be able to get to that point today, because I want to save that section for its own episode, as we will be kind of doing everything outside the walls first in this playlist, in this episode. Man, I cannot talk. My coffee did not help me out this morning, apparently, but that's fine. So the reason I'm going through everything is because we get some gravity stone chunks if we go through every one, because there are some where there are enemies and there are some where there are just items, so you got to kind of zigzag your way through or snake your way through to get them all. Alright, I'm pretty sure that is it for items, unless we get stuff to drop from these dudes. Alright, now we got a couple of miners here, or diggers, whatever you want to call them. And then we got one more dude up here who is praising the Fallingstar beast. And here we go. Miss me. Miss me. Miss me. Oh, I whiffed. Ow, I deserved that. Whew! That is some hefty damage. Man, I am just off on my timing today for that fight. Oh, I didn't jump out of it. Whoops, my fault. That's a grab. Make sure you watch out for that. There we go with a visceral to fin it. Oh, well, I guess not. I guess no visceral to finish. All right. I was trying to be cool, but the game just said no. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, that is this side of things. Now, we are going to trigger a boss fight right up here, because we're going to cut right across the staircase and go to a hidden area or a hidden cave that I'm guessing a lot of you probably never found, because I never found it until I was going through this on my walkthrough prep, trying to figure out if there is anything over here. But we're going to come across the stairs. Thankfully did not trigger the tree sentinels. And we're going to run right past this flower for the Perfumer's Grotto. Now, if you have a ranged weapon, like Radahn's Great Bow, in my opinion, or in my case, which I should be leveled up, if I remember correctly. I think I did that for both characters. Yep. Make sure you have that bad boy equipped, because we will need it to try to cheese or kill an Estelle from distance. We will be on the correct side this time of this little valley, so you will be able to melee it right away. But I just have my Great Bow on, just in case, to see if it will work a little bit easier or a little bit better. So this section, this Perfumer's Grotto, is actually kind of not necessarily connected, but it's connected, quote unquote, to another tunnel that we will do later in this playthrough. Alright, so we kill that. Just get rid of the poison. We're probably going to get poisoned again, just so you know. There's more flowers in here that do poison damage as well, or poison buildup, so no big deal. But now we're going to run to the north, as we have another flower and a Perfumer to kill. Alright, there we go. We can pop on more poison boluses. Now we got to jump across this little route and grab our chests. One has the Perfumer's bottle, and I believe this is a talisman. Nope, living jar shard. Alright, now we come out here, and this is where your Estelle is going to be. See? There he be. Alright, so let's get this on. Easy. Easy enough. Alright, well, there is the Estelle done, and now it is time for our boss fight. So we get to grab the Ataria leaf, or Arteria leaf. Then we can come in here for a couple more little flower boys. And grab whatever items are chilling. And then we get to fight an interesting combo. It is an Omen killer with a Miranda flower. My goodness, this dude's getting roughed up. And there we go. We get our second Great Omen Cleaver. So now if you really wanted to do a fun build, you could play as an Omen Cleaver. Or as an Omen Killer, not an Omen Cleaver. My goodness. Words are so hard for me today. But you got blood loss build up in both of those bad boys. And you got a pretty fun moveset. It's pretty fast. It's very similar to the Axe moveset. But since it hits a little bit more bulkier, you're going to do a lot more damage, which I think is more beneficial than anything else. So, yeah. Now, when we finish that, I honestly suggest we go back to the round table, as we can do another quest line where we have Brother Corhyn. Corhyn? I don't know. I didn't read what that said. What'd that say?
Your return. I've decided to leave the round table hold. I'm off in search of a noble scholar known as the Gold Mask. to beg his instruction. We may not meet again for some time. If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
Alright, so we can give him a prayer book.
Is a work of heresy. Its incantations bear no lineage from the Erd Tree. Very well. I'll take it off your hands.
So doing this does not change anything really with his quest line. He just gets kind of mad at you. So you can use your spells here, or you can go to the Church of Vows and give it to that big turtle boy as well. But all that does is trigger his quest line to start, where he will move essentially right over here as he's looking for God Mask, or Gold Mask, not God Mask, my goodness. So we're back to Altus Highway Junction. We're going to grab our map piece, and then we're going to go to an invasion. Nice, I got enough for a level. Wait, what was this? 641. My goodness, yes please. Alright, so we're gonna head to the north. We already got the golden seed here. We're just gonna keep heading north to get to our map piece and Brother Corhyn.
Look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the Round Table Hold. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you. I'm yet to find the noble Gold Mask. I suppose he'll be closer to the Erd Tree. The path ahead might be perilous, but tread it I shall. Since departing the Round Table Hold, I've come to understand in my solitude how little it is I truly know.
Alright, is there anything else you gotta say?
Find the noble. I suppose he'll be closer. The path ahead might since depart. How little it
Nope,
is.
that is what you've already said. And then he doesn't have any new ones, so they're all the same. All the same. I think he might have one. I'm not sure which one it is. But we got all those done. Now we're gonna keep heading. We're gonna keep heading north. Or I should say northwest, as we got a drop off right here to do. And then we're going to head towards this church. So we can get another sacred tier, which I am sure a lot of you have been waiting for, because it has been a while since we have upgraded our flasks and our heals. But we also got a little bit of an invasion coming our way. So we got to talk to Yura.
Seems I am no match for you, but I've learned a thing or two myself. You see, I've sliced the finger off. Please. Please, Eleonora. Yield to the cessplant no longer. Do not stain the immaculacy of your sword. Your flesh. Your fire.
Oh, that sucks that he has to die. That's unfortunate. But now, we get to fight Eleonora. Oh my god. Oh my god. This axe is so good, dude. It's so good. And the reason we did Yura's quest is to get this, the Purifying Crystal Tier. Way later, when we get to Mogwin's Palace and we fight Mohg, the Lord of Blood, this is a must-have for that boss fight, as it completely negates his Nihil chant, where you take blood loss every time he thrusts his great spear into the sky. And then you also get a really good weapon, which I will definitely be using in the next, probably inside Lindell, because there's a lot of enemies weak to bleed. But we'll be using Eleonora's pole blade and probably another twin blade that we're going to get way over here from a boss. But now we're going to grab an item right behind in these graves. And then we're going to hop on Torrent. And we're going to head over here to grab another item. Should be magic grease over here somewhere. Right there. And now we're going to look for a jump pad to the north, as we're going to go ahead near the Bridge of Iniquity. So if you have not gotten the Bridge of Iniquity yet, I highly suggest you do so. So I already have this grace, but again, if you need it, it's right on the other side of that bridge. Go and rest there. And that way you can have it, and then we can start from this section in a little bit, as we have to move, or we have to come back and complete Brother Corwin's quest, as it'll save us a little bit of time to do it this way. So from here, we're going to ride past Corhyn, and we're going to follow this road all the way to the end, where we will eventually find a merchant, and we will find a small camp with an item on it. Man, I love this area. It's so beautiful. Like, this feels, I said this before, this feels like something straight out of Middle-earth. Like, I feel like I'm traveling across the Elven land, where they have all the golden leaves. Like, if you've watched The Rings of Power, which I know, not a very good adaptation of Lord of the Rings in Middle-earth, but still, like, this is what I would imagine the Elvish land. I forget what it's called. I'm blanking. Like I said, my coffee hasn't been working this morning as much as I was hoping. But this is what it feels. This is what it would feel like, I think. You know, without all the blood and death. But this is what I think it would feel like. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Alright, now we got a merchant.
Oh, dear. I'm terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Yes, sir, I am. Aw, man, do I have anything to sell? Perfect. That is basically what we needed. These are for, like, lightning pots if you wanted them. Let's see. I don't remember what this is. Nomadic merchant contains information about imp shades. Eh. Unseen assassins. Nah, that's fine.
I must apologize. I'm afraid I've very...
Alright, so we are going to hit this grace, so it saves us time in the future. And then we are going to go to another location. This will take us, or it should take us, pretty much right to Golden Mask. Alright, so we are on the other side of the bridge, and there is Golden Mask. So this NPC does literally nothing except stand there and point, pretty much, the entire quest. So we grab our Dragon Rune Grease, we talk to him, we just see like, oh, it's a Golden Mask, it must be this guy. And then we gotta go back, and we gotta talk to Corhyn again. So now's a good time to remind you that if you are liking the video so far, as we're about an hour in, if you like it, make sure you drop a like. Hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. If there's a question that you've had about what we're doing or why we're doing things a certain way, let me know. If you're mad at me from Volcano Manor not doing Bernal's quest anymore, my bad. I know, I'm sorry. I'm mad at myself. But tell me so in the comments as well. And please be nice. I didn't mean to mess it up. I like his quest line. But, oh well, such is life. Now... we're going to tell him about Gold Mask.
It can be no other than the Gold Mask himself. Of course, I knew he would be close by. Bless the Golden Order and its benevolent rays. And to you too, my sincerest thanks. May the gold...
Alright, so from here, now we want to warp to Bridge of Iniquity, as we have done pretty much everything that we need to in this lower section of Altus Plateau. Now we want to warp over here, and we're going to go cover the northwestern side of Altus Plateau. Alright, so from here we're going to run across. There should be an item right over here by this cart. You do not need to kill any of the enemies over here, because there isn't any items around them. So unless you're trying to farm them for their garbs, which I don't know why you would, because the garbs aren't very cool, you can definitely keep killing them all. But we want to run to the ruins, as we will have an NPC, or we will have to invade an NPC's world. And we're going to grab this real quick. And we're going to keep going by. Yes, there are a boatload of dogs. I am aware. We want to run down these staircases for a little boss fight. It is a Sanguine Noble. This dude's pretty sweet. Drops a ridiculously strong weapon. Or I shouldn't say he drops it. He's guarding a ridiculously strong weapon. Like, I will probably switch to this weapon at some point in the base game or DLC. The Bloody Hellas. The Bloody Hellas is like a souped up Bloodhound's Fang, in my opinion. I think it's better than the Bloodhound's Fang, honestly. I went too far. And the reason I say that is because that's not it. It's because you got that move and a quick thrust. Like, there are some really big enemies that are super weak to thrusts, and this whole thing is like iframes. So it's even bigger than the Bloodhound's Fang iframes as well. Alright, so from here, we want to head out. That's not it. What? I don't have a blue flask? Well, that sucks. That's fine. Kind of hard to kill things without my weapon on, you know what I mean? Stab it. My goodness. So many dogs. Alright, but here is our invasion. Right in this little section of the ruins. So we're going to invade this dude. Oh, I have no bloody finger. What? I didn't realize that. Well, that sucks. Let me see. I got to remember who has bloody fingers. I know one of the merchants do, and I can't remember which one. I think it's this one. I could be wrong, though. I'm probably wrong.
Back on you to this.
Aha! I was right! I knew it. I was like, it's got to be the one in Caelid. I just can't remember which one. Alright, back to that spot for the invasion. Alright, here we are. Time to get a ridiculously broken weapon. Actually, it's time to get two. This is our first one. He just walks right into it. That's such a broken Ash of War. Man, if only you used that big, incredibly dangerous weapon. You probably would have hurt me a lot more than you did. Alright, but we get his weapon, the Great Stars, which is stupidly broken. If you've never used those weapons, or this weapon, it's ridiculous. Use it. I'm probably going to run through the DLC or the Haylig tree with these two weapons, because we're going to get another one here in a sec. We just got to kill a couple enemies over here. And then we can run over and we can attack these dudes. Whoops. Well, that's not where I wanted to go. Let me have the visceral, you... Oh, God. Oh, this game. Now, there is a pumpkin head on the other side of this cart, so be careful when you get up here. Or there will be a pumpkin head. Yep, there he be. I say there will be one, so if he's not right by the cart, he should be pretty close. And there is our second Great Stars. Now, I believe we got an item over here somewhere. I believe. I could be wrong. Oh, yes, we do. Where is he? One of these dudes has a chest. There he is. He's got a chest with a golden rune 10. That's what I was looking for. And now we're just going to head right under this bridge over here for a grace. Alright, now since we have talked to Golden Mask, since we have talked to Corhyn, I'm going to show you another way that you can go up to them. You could definitely go use the teleporter again and warp to that spot, like I got it for a reason, so you can do it now. But I'm going to show you another way. It's just right over here with this jump pad. It is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You just take it down and jump up, and there they both are.
We meet yet again. Thanks to you, I have become acquainted with the noble Gold Mask himself, and taken my place by his side, as you can see. Have no fear. I will still teach you incantations as before, though we must do so quietly, such that we not disturb the Great Master's cogitation. The Master is always deep in contemplation, while I frantically attempt to record his wisdom, the movement of his finger, and though I am yet to comprehend even the daintiest morsel of his wisdom, I know that this is my life's calling. The Golden Order has bestowed me, talentless as I am, the great duty of documentarian.
Alright, well, that's pretty much it for his questline as of now. The next time we will meet him is when we are inside Lindell. Not inside the outer wall of Lindell, but like actually in the capital right by the Erd Tree. Now, the reason we want to do this questline is it gives you another option for an ending. I believe it gives you the perfect order ending, which is when you restore it to its quote-unquote perfect state, where there is no flaws to the Elden Ring anymore. Now, I just realized we forgot about the ruins over here. So we got to go back to Erd Tree Gazing Hill. This is our last thing that we got on this side of the map. It is pretty easy to do. It's pretty quick. We hop on our horse. We follow this cliffside as far as we can. We got to do some pretty tricky platforming. Alright, let's not fail this time. There it is. So without this, you got to go from all the way over there, or you can come from the Dectus lift. You don't really need to go that way, as I just showed. I think this is much faster. Just takes a little bit of platforming. Not that big of a deal. But we got several demi-humans to kill. Not a huge deal. And we have a beetle to take care of. Wow, okay. We got an item. Flip my bow on. As we have this dude. And we get shield crash. Now we got a couple of dudes left, and then we're gonna fight our boss. Alright, so as you've probably guessed, the boss fight is just going to be another demi-human queen. Wow, what a fight. Oh, so difficult. So difficult. And then we get the Ritualsword Talisman. Alright, now we have done everything in the lower half. And pretty much everything on this side as well. So we want to run to the Iniquity side path, way up north, as we're going to make our way to the Windmill Village. here shortly. Or I should say the Windmill Pastures. That's what we're going to do. Windmill Pastures. So we continue east. Eventually, we will hit a junction in the road where we can turn, or a fork in the road where we can go straight, left, right. We're going to take a hard left, and we're going to jump over these little rocks to get to the pastures. We will have several sections to go visit. First one is right up here. This one just has a couple misbegottens, and I believe an item in the stables. Alright, where's my item? Am I looking at the right stable? Am I looking at the right spot? Ah, it's that stable. Pretty sure. Yep. How can you leap and bark, or leap and bite from laying down position? That is impressive. Then we're going to ride down this way. Now, these dancing ladies are really creepy, because once you attack one of them, all of them stop dancing, their eyes glow red, and they come and attack you. The ones that are just wearing the white gown without the hoods are weaker. The other ones, you'll probably have to use like a jump attack or something like that. Now, the fire over there is those flaming corpses from Caelid that blow up. They will also attack you when you start attacking the ladies. So just be prepared for a lot of nonsense to happen. How are you still alive, dude? Alright, there's that. Then we can grab our noble set, and we can grab the twin blades as well. That is not the twin blade I was talking about either, just so you know. Alright, then we got one last section over here to get. And we also, as you can see, a battle mage to kill. We will get his armor set for killing him. So we're going to go do that right now. God, I love how this level looks. Like, it's just so fun to run through this level. Like, this one and Limgrave are probably my two favorite. Like, Liurnia is good, but it's just really flat. Got him. Beauty. Now we got some rats to kill. Whew. That was nasty. That was a lot of damage. Alright, then in here we got two small rats, and as you can probably see, looking out the side, we have another big rat as well. So make sure you're good at health, or good on health, before you come in to fight this thing. Beauty. Now we get the giant rat ashes. So that is pretty much everything in the windmill pastures between these three sections. So now we're just going to ride our way back over. Again, you can warp to the bridge below and then go that way, but honestly, it's going to be the same amount of time. So I'm still good on heals. I'm still at max heals, so we're just going to keep going. Now's another opportunity that I can mention. I do live stream every Saturday. Like, by the time I'm recording this is a Friday that I'm recording this on. Tomorrow, I will be live streaming from noon to 3. We'll be playing more Neo 3. I've had an absolute blast with the game. I'm a little bit of a Neo guru. So, when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of it. So, if you want to learn how to play Neo truly, efficiently, effectively, without skipping a beat, missing anything, and truly being an absolute pro at Samurai, especially Samurai, stop on by, hang out. I stream here on YouTube. I do not stream on Twitch because Twitch has a similar problem as YouTube. YouTube's a little bit over bloated and saturated with gaming content that it's hard to make myself grow just doing walkthrough videos and whatnot on YouTube. But it's the same can be said for Twitch, where Twitch is massive and it's really hard to grow in your live stream on Twitch if you just stream there. So streaming on YouTube is pretty good because it's not as bloated. Not every streamer on Twitch streams on YouTube because it's just a different operating system. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it works pretty good. I did a little bit of research before I started streaming to figure out which one I wanted to choose, which is why I say, like, YouTube does not have a ton of streamers, but Twitch does. So I'm going where there's the least amount of competition. So hopefully I can get more people to come hang out and have some fun while we play crazy games. Alright, so up here there's going to be a ton of enemies. I think there's like 10 in total. So be prepared for a ton of shenanigans. Kill them for me, please. Thank you, slaves. Excellent. Alright, so we have an item right over here that we want to grab. There it is. It's like, where is it? I know it's over here. And then we want to keep heading this way as we got another item to grab in this house. Alright, then I want to check my walkthrough because I might have missed an item. Let me see. Okay, cool. We're good. I have not missed anything yet. So now we're going to run up here and we're going to take a right and follow this path. It will lead to a couple of dogs and a lady. Their laughs are so creepy. Nice juke, dude. That was a good little juke you had there. You've been watching a little bit of the NFL. A little bit of American football. Alright, so we're going to go back to the staircase and head up. We got more ladies to kill. Then I gotta remember. Which way do I go? Path, turn right for an ambush and item. Let me see. Is this the right spot, or am I looking at a different spot? Ah, there it is. Okay. I'm close to where I was. So we want to turn right. I believe there's an ambush somewhere over here. Oh, nope, I'm at the wrong spot. Man, I did not take good notes. I did this at like midnight, so that makes sense. I normally wake up very early, and I did it around midnight, so running on a little bit of lack of sleep. By a little bit, maybe a lot of bit. Probably explains why my words aren't wording very well. We want to kill that lady, as she will be kind of blocking us from where we want to go. We want to hop on Torrent and kind of hop on the wall there to get to the roof for a body. Nice little exalted flesh. Can't remember. Is there something over here? Oh, this is my ambush. Right? What? Yep, there's my ambush. I thought it was going to be faster than it was. And then we get the lightning grease. Whoops, didn't mean to fall off. Alright, now we're going to head up top for more enemies to kill, as these are our last little group of enemies before we get to a boss fight. And the boss fight is pretty fun. It's a Godskin Apostle who ends up dropping his twin blade. Now, if you want to summon somebody as well, you got Millicent right here, which I think I'm going to do it. I didn't do it on the last one, I want to summon Millicent. I think she's probably my second favorite NPC. Maybe my favorite. Depends on the day. If you do summon her, you definitely have to kill the ladies, as she will probably go kill them instead of fighting the boss. Alright, here we are. Get him! Get him! Ouch. Man, this Ash of War is not good for this boss fight. He's just really jumpy. It'd be perfect for the Noble. Whiff! Dang, Millicent. Get him. Oh, I was out of stamina. I was like, why am I not rolling? I saved you, Millicent. Good job. Good job, lady. Thanks for your help that I didn't really need. Alright, then Millicent will appear right over there once we rest at the Grace. But then we got our second Twin Blade that I am going to use once we get inside Lindell when I swap to another bleed build. And that's when we're going to use 2 Twin Blades, which I have never done. I've never used Eleanor's Pole Blade, and I've never used the Godskin Stitchers.
We meet yet again. The arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder. It feels just like my own. Even handling a sword. Perhaps it is foolish to say this to you of all people, but I am sure of my skill with the sword. Thus, I would have you call upon me in battle again, should you ever have the need.
Anytime, lady.
Have you call upon me in battle. It is the...
Alright. So, now we can run this way, as we have a couple more enemies to kill, and a kind of a useless item. It's a golden firefly over here. So, if you want it, you can get it. If not, you can just skip this part. And there we go. Gold firefly. Now, we can warp back to the Windmill Village. Alright, so from here, we are going to head to the south, back to the road, and then we are going to take a left, as we are going to dodge some catapults. And the reason we're dodging some catapults is because we want to go get a Grace way up yonder that will help us level up a little bit. Now, there should be a golden seed over here, too, somewhere. Yep, right there. You might not see it very well, because it's hidden by all of the goldness. Alright, here's our golden seed. One that, honestly, might be overlooked by a lot of people. Oh, I thought that one was going to get me. Now, the reason we are doing this... Oh, good shot, sir. Or madame. Things threw a little sinker. That was impressive. Alright, but the reason we want to go behind the catapults is so we don't have to deal with all the catapults when we're killing everybody from behind. And we want to get a Grace where we're probably going to start, or eventually warp to, in the next episode. So, running this way, we get to, honestly, my legitimate favorite section of the game. I love the capital outskirts. Like, oh my god, dude. It's so cool. It's so cool seeing just a legit war zone. Like, you could see how crazy everything was from the aftermath of the battle. So you get to see all of the craziness of the Shattering, which I will gush over in the next episode. I'm not going to do it right now. But we rest to reset the world, and then we're going to come out. We're going to kill pretty much every enemy that is right over here by these banners after we go this way. And the reason we're going this way first is because you can't really access the right side of this section because of all the cliffs. So we're going to go this way first. But yeah, there's nothing up there. I did check. And in here is kind of a trap. We got some dudes chilling. Give. There we go. We We get Lightning Slash. And we get our little MVPs. And a Claymore dude. Or not Claymore. The Greatsword boy. And there we go. Easy enough. As we head this way, we got a tower. So on your way there, we can take out some of the guards. Attack! What are you doing? Why are you just stopped moving, lady? I'm imagining Torrent as a lady. Oh, he's dead. That was satisfying. This weapon is so satisfying. Like, my goodness. Alright, so the reason we killed all of them is so they don't follow us into the highway lookout tower. So this one, we want to climb up this side. Jump off the edge. Kill the peeps inside. And before anybody falls down the ladder, we want to grab the golden arrows out here. Then we come back. And we hop up the ladder. Dude. Gotcha. Oh, that's right. We got a body. Grab the hefty bones. And then we climb up for a new chest at the very top, which has a great bow. And there you go. Great bow with great arrows. Then we can fall all the way down to the edge of the tower. And then backtrack. Yeah, we don't want to go down because the catapults will still be launching. So we're going to ride towards this catapult and follow the edge. And now we're going to kind of circle back towards where the rest of our enemies are. As you can see, we got about 5 guys right over here. And then we can come this way and kill all these dudes on the catapults. So if you were scared to kill the golden, or kill the golden, to get the golden seed from all the catapults, just ride by every catapulter and you'll kill them all. From here, we do want to head south, or I should say north, and then follow the road back down. So if you didn't get the golden seed, you can grab it. And the reason we want to go this way is because we want to turn left and take a little bit of a lower path, as the lower path leads to some items and a cool boss. Alright, where's my items? There should be somewhere around here. Is this it? Nope. Ah, there it is. I went too far. There's our foot. And then we're just going to follow this path over here as it leads to another ruins. Now, in this ruin, there's really nothing, which is really weird. There's basically nothing here except a guardian next to a somber stone. And then up here, we got a Larval Tear from an enemy cowering in the corner. But this dude is going to actually transform into a lion. Got him! And there's our Larval Tear. Pretty cool. Now we want to keep heading south as we will eventually run into a Grace. We also want to go get this graveyard as well, as we got plenty of ruins over here. These little flowers are just going to drop poison everywhere. Not a huge deal. So just really focus on getting your ruins quickly, and you'll be just fine. Alright, was that all of them? Indeed. Beauty. Alright, so if I remember correctly, this just leads down into the forested area. We don't need to go here at all, as there's not really anything there. So we're just going to continue on to this race over here. Now, if you remember coming to Altus Plateau from the secret way, not the lift, but the other way where we had to go through and the precipice in Liurnia and then fight Magma Worm Maker and come up that route, we ran into an ancient dragon named Lansax. We're going to go fight him right now. Just hug this cliff to your left. Eventually, you'll see it drops down for us to get on top of. And we are going to run and do our best to whoop his butt. And there he be. This is one of the few bosses I don't really recommend you lock onto, because it's just not worth it in my opinion. Alright, Mr. Jumps a lot. You gotta come over here. You gotta come back over here. I don't want to go there. There's a knight. Why are you the way you are? No, don't knock me that way. Why does the game have to do this to me? Ooh, I don't know how this is gonna work. No! I was like 100% certain that was not gonna go up where I was. Alright, well, let's try that again. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck this time. Can I grab my money? There we go. I disagree, but alright. Good move, sir. Ooh, thought that was gonna hit me. How did I whiff? Oh, fire. Run away. Run to his tail. No! Oh, what a joke. What a joke. Alright. Oh, that's fine. We got him. And now we get his glaive. The big attack that killed us. So from here, we have this square that you saw earlier. If you need to rest, you can. I am not, simply because I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Let's kill this dude, see what he's doing. See if he's got any goodies. I didn't even see him on my walkthrough prep. Nope, no goodies. Oh, that's fine. And then we want to run over here. As you can see, a lightning ram. And a scarab with lightning ram. Now we want to run over here for more money. Now we head this way for a church. And in this church, we have a sacred tear. We also got a chest or two. Ouch. Got the lightning great bolts. We got gravel stones. Oh, hi, Knight. What's up? You done messed up coming in here. Dang, he dropped his set. That's cool. And then we get to grab Dragon Bolt Blessing. So if you're a lightning character or lightning build, it's a pretty good thing to use. Now we want to open our map and set our marker down there. As we are going to go for another boss fight, which is going to give us another really strong weapon. It is not a legendary, but it is very, very strong. It is the Black Knife's Assassin's Knife, called the Black Knife. I love having a little bit of this armor on, the barbed armor on, simply because when I roll into them, it can stagger smaller enemies. I think that's so funny. Like, that's so good. It's such a good way to neutralize some of their stuff that they got going on. Easy enough. And there it is, the Black Knife. So this is pretty cool. It has the, I guess, like fire. Is it fire damage? Oh, it's holy, but it does that red damage that we had on us when we fought the leader of the Black Knives in Moonlight Altar. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So Ash of War is pretty sweet. And now we're gonna go do a hero's grave. And then I think we might end the episode there. So in the next episode, we're probably going to cover all of the middle section. And then we're going to cover the outer wall, or the inside the outer wall as well. So, Sainted Hero's Grave. Alright, where's my Sainted Heroes Graves walkthrough? There it is. Alright, level up. Yeah, we're gonna do that. You know, I just realized I was wondering why my walkthrough character was so much stronger than my prep character. I just realized it's because I only have 40 health, and in my other character I have 50. So this little notification shows you how to stop the pitch black enemies, because they are immune to damage. So you can't kill them, you can't stagger them. We want to run down here first into this room. There are 3 enemies in here. We want to kill these 2 first. And now there is an enemy beneath us. It is a Revenant. You do not need to kill the Revenant unless you want to. Now in here, this leads us to our next little chamber. You can go this way if you want. I suggest going the other way because it lets you sneak up on that one enemy down there. So again, Revenant underneath there. You do not need to go that way. It's just to go. It's guarding a Glowvort that we'll get later in the level anyway. So not worth it, in my opinion. Not worth it at all. But we come here, sneak up on this dude. They walk up here, and they instantly get stunned for a crit. We can grab the Grave Violet and continue down into the next section where you'll see another black imp. Couple black imps, excuse me. And there is another circle over here that we want to do as well. And we can backtrack for this little boy with a Wraith Bell. Grab the Grave Violets. And a Glowvort. Now, I didn't find an illusory wall in here. I was hoping there would be one or something like that. Because it's just weird that they have this section with nothing else other than just a circle that leads to nothing. Or a hallway that leads to nothing. You know what I mean? It's weird. But we just continue down the path. This floor in the middle will break and we will fall down. We don't really want to go that way yet. So we want to come over here, grab these soldier ashes, and then we can drop down. And this time we just want to stay in the circle, as one by one enemies will work their way into the circle so they can die. Simple enough, right? Pretty easy. Now there isn't really anything else that I found in here other than another Glowvort. And we can open the gate. Then we want to ride the first little guillotine up. So wait for it to fall down again. And stand on it. And we run and jump. And we got to kill these dudes. Then we can kill the Wraith Bell dude. Drop back down for the Stonesword Key. And in here we got a couple more enemies to kill. For a Dragon Greatshield Talisman. For a Glowvort. And we hop up. Got another Wraith to kill. And then we have circled back from where we started from. Now we're going to run through this hallway, avoiding all of the guillotines. And then when we round the corner, there will be a horse that we want to take out. I mean, we don't technically need to. It's just kind of helpful. Then that kind of saves the boss whenever we have to fight him. Now we climb a ladder. Now in the next little zone, there's going to be 1 to 2 revenants. Don't ask me why I say 1 to 2, because you can see smoke coming up right over there, which is from a revenant. I went in this room once, I killed that one, I went out, go aggroed one dude, I killed that one dude, I came back the exact same way, looking to see if there was a better way to do this, and there isn't, and there's another revenant in here. So, there will be 1 to 2 revenants that will spawn in. If you follow this way, you won't aggro any of them, and you can just go to the hard enemy of the cave, so if you're at low health, you can do that. Since I am not, I'm going to beat this thing in the butt. Whoo, that was so satisfying. And there we are. Got the human bone shard, got what it dropped as well. And now we could grab this item, some root resin, and come up and talk to a very angry person. And by talk to, I mean aggro. Grab the glowvorts. Now we're just going to be aggroing him back to the circle that we have already got in the previous room. Come on, buddy. So from here, just got to be careful. Pay attention to the things dropping, the guillotines. Now this is where it's going to get tricky, because once he gets to the steps, he's going to be out of his aggro range or whatever. So when he gets through this little doorway, you got to really bait out an attack. You might need to take a hit or two, honestly. It's okay. Land me in the circle and get hit. I'm okay with getting grabbed. He was in the circle! Okay, there we go. And there we have it. Now we have unlocked the doors. So if you were wondering, where is the lever? There is no lever. You have to kill a difficult enemy. There's only a few of them out there like this that do that, so you don't have to worry about that too often. I think the next one, or the only other one that I can remember that's like that, is a troll. So it's not like that enemy's going to be difficult to kill. Whew! Almost got hit. Alright, now what's the boss in here? I don't remember. Let's see. It is... Oh, I don't even have an idea what it is. Oh! That's why. Really easy fight. Whoops. Well, that was easy. But we got our Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff. One of our final legendary ashes. Pretty cool. Alright, then we can warp out of here. I mean, I got like another hour. Can I get this done in an hour? All of this? Why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. So, we're going to run to Windmill Village. If you have money, level up. Alright, that should be good. And then we are going to head southwest until we get to the bottom of the village. And we're going to keep running straight so where we will eventually run into a golden seed. Ooh, I lied. I forgot. I got to get this. We were supposed to get this earlier, but I saw it in the corner of the screen. We got to kill this beetle. There we go. Protection of the Erd Tree. Forgot about that incantation. Now we can keep heading southwest, where we will eventually run into another golden seed. A lot of golden seeds in Altus Plateau. There we go. Now from here, we are going to turn to the west. As you can see, we got an item on this body. Then we're going to turn to the west and keep running until we get to our cliffside. And then we are going to circle the edge of the cliff so we can get to 3 worm faces, which should be right over here. that are guarding a butterfly. Excuse me. And then from here, we're just going to keep following the cliffside until we come to this seal. So how this works is it's going to show you a map. You got to get all 3 phantoms, or all 3 crests. It's pretty simple, but the third one is a little difficult to figure out. So we get the first one right next to the sign. The next one is right over here. We can grab this item first. Excuse me. Thank you. Then we can come over here. And we can grab this next one, but we got to kill the imps first. Now, they do keep coming back, as you saw. Yep, once you break the crest, then they should de-aggro. Now we're just going to keep heading east. Eventually, we will run into a scarab that will be surrounded by some worm faces right over here. Then we want to keep heading east until we get to a grace. Now we can rest to reset the world. Beauty. Now, our third one is directly southeast. It's right up here. So we want to hop up this little ramp. You know you're close when you see the imps. And it is right here out of this rock. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Third crest done. Now it's time to head back and to our Mirage Rise, as we can then get our reward. Oh wow, I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at my walkthrough prep, didn't realize I was going the wrong way. Whoops. Hate when I do that. Alright, so at the top of this rise, we get a couple of spells and another item. Unseen Blade and Unseen Form, and then we get a Slumbering Egg. Now, we want to warp back to the Bowery of Bounty, as we are going to head east. We're going to run through some ruins. So, there's a lower staircase here, but as you know, we want to run to the top. So we're going to run across the Minor Erdtree, kill the worm face, and then we're going to run into the ruins and go follow them all the way down, gathering all of the items. There really isn't much items, or many items, in the ruins. It's mainly that last section that we want. But either way, we got to go through and kill the big worm face here by the Minor Erdtree. Shouldn't be very difficult. After all, it is just a worm face. As long as you don't get grabbed, you're good. Oh, that hurt. Stop it. Oh. There we go. Easy enough. And then we get a couple of tears. Now we can head into the ruins for an item here. And a beetle. And then we can head to our marker and continue through the rest of the ruins. Got the icon shield. More gravel stone. Nothing over here. And then we can continue into the next section. Which again, this is where there really isn't many items anymore. It's just kind of random, tiny, small stuff. Then we just keep heading south along the little path of ruins, trying to grab everything that we see. Which there really isn't much left. There we go, Wrath of God. Now, we want to set a little marker for our tunnel, and then we're pretty much done. Oh no. I thought I was about to get stuck and die, and that was going to make me upset. Oh boy. Alright, now we are just going to head to our little tunnel. And we're going to run through this next little section. As always, just to be safe, I like to go this way because I know I don't have OCD, but I don't have a brain that works good either. So I always have to do that to make sure I don't have to go back up. Alright, so we rest. Now we can come in here. We got a couple of enemies to kill. We have a little puppet boy. And we got a digger. Got a rune arc. And we got a smithing stone back here. Now we got an enemy outside. And I believe in the second room we have 3 snails. And an item. If you want the cracked crystals, go ahead. There's no other items in here. And over here, we want to run into the next section. If you have a ranged weapon, now's a good time to use it, as we want to take out these puppets. Now, that'll probably alert an enemy above you, just so you know if you do it too close. So, just pay attention to that. If you are using a lighter weapon, make sure you are two-handing it. That's the best way to make sure you don't stagger yourself. Oh, my magic. And there's one more sage up here, or mage digger. And we got our leaf as well. Then we just had a couple enemies to kill. There should be another puppet or two coming after me. Yep, there he is. I don't know where that one was hiding. I've never figured it out. Well, that's fine. Was he up there? He might have been up top, like way up top, but that's fine. Alright, so now, this is where you could have also come to take out the Estelle. Because over there is the, what's it called? The Perfumer's Grotto area. It's kind of cool how they share the same chasm. But we got a couple of things to grab over here before we fight our boss. We got the Golden Rune 7. We want to run over here and fall onto this little branch. And then we want to fall into here to kill 2 snails. And grab another item. Then we jump back up And now this is where I'm probably going to freak out because for some reason, some of the walls are like straight up and down. They're not at an angle that you can safely move on. So it's a little slippery. I did slip and fall when I was doing my prep. So be on the lookout for that. Once we grab the Arsenal Jar Charm, then we are running this way east where we got more snails to kill. And then grab a couple more smithing stones. There we go. And now we get to fight another Crystalian. Oh, that's right. It's 2 Crystalians. So you want to kill Spear Boy first because he's going to be the most annoying. Dang, dude. That was wild. Beauty. And we get the Somber Stone Minor Bell Bearing, which lets you buy Somber 3s and 4s. Because, you know, we don't have enough of them. Alrighty. So, that is pretty much everything in the outside of Altus Plateau. Again, there might be 1 or 2 small things that I've missed. If I have missed something, let me know. But we are going to start the next episode probably from the Outer Wall Battleground. We'll make our way down south to our map piece, and then we will come across this way to the staircase. Or do I want to go through this way? Decisions. I'll let you know in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you liked the video, make sure you do actually click the like button. That helps me out a lot. And if you want to tune in for the live stream, make sure you subscribe as you'll get more content from me that is more than just Elden Ring. I'm going to be playing Neo 3 on a live stream, and then when Crimson Desert comes out, I will be playing a lot of that as well. And I also have a new idea for a video series. It's going to be similar to a walkthrough series, but it's going to be a lot more creative, a lot less straightforward, more of an imaginative way of playing the game. So, be on the lookout for that, as that is going to be coming in the next couple weeks once I get it going, because it's going to be a lot different and more challenging than what I'm doing now. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next episode where we conquer the capital outskirts.